What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 2 for 2, your sports podcast for the culture, by the voices of the culture. I'm your host, Keith. I'm here as always with my brother Nell. We back with another episode for y'all today, man. Week 1 of the NFL has officially hit the books. We got to talk about it. We got week 2 that's action-packed as well. So we're going to do that today, man. Season 3, episode 56. Let's do it. Now, my brother, how you feeling today?
You already know, man. It's a possible crash out day. It's a possible crash out day. You know
man,
why? We don't got to talk about it. The people don't got to know, but
they don't.
Me and Keith, we both almost crashed out today.
Yeah, it was going to be one of them days.
Hopefully this episode goes well for y'all, or y'all ain't getting
flat out. Week 1. I see you got the Cowboys hat on.
See me?
We went 2 for 2. No big hat yet. Not yet. We went 2 for 2 this week. My Bucks won. As you see, I do not have any Buccaneers gear. There's a reason. Like we said, some are crashing out. Just don't worry about it. We got week 2 till I put it back on. But yeah, man. Anything stand out to you, man? I know, like I said, y'all's defense looked great. Browns. Our offense looked great. The Commanders that we were high on, not so much. But around the league, what else did you see, man?
Were we high on them?
Yeah, we were in the middle. We did.
When your competition for last place in the division is the Giants.
Talk about it.
You can only go up.
What do you think of the Giants this week, man? Daniel Jones?
Man, I don't know what was worse, the uniforms or their play on the field. Both left little to be desired. The uniforms were trash. Daniel Jones didn't look good. Life without Saquon obviously is off to a great start. Saquon had 3 touchdowns his first game as an Eagle, and Giants were unable to reach the end zone. So that tells you all that needs to be said about that. So not a good start for the Giants.
You're right. But like you said, those Eagles, Saquon Barkley had an amazing debut. Jalen Hurts a little in the middle, huh? Jordan Love got injured. Hopefully he's all right. But, Eagles look good all in all. Their defense was okay.
49ers holding out information on Christian McCaffrey's injury.
Yeah. Did it hurt your fantasy team? You got Christian McCaffrey?
Oh, yeah. I got him in about 3 leagues. I usually don't draft McCaffrey because when I used to draft him in his Carolina days, he was always hurt. So I pulled off him for a couple years. Anytime I was high in the draft, I'd pass on him. Everybody called me stupid. So, this year I'm like, he's been hooping. He's been relatively healthy. I'll take a chance on him. And this is what happens. And this is why I don't draft. See, I have a thing. Like, when players, they screw me over in fantasy one year, I usually just leave them alone. I'm not double dipping. Like, if you injury prone, I just can't mess with you. You might blow up and have a great year like he did last year and the year before, but it just, for some reason, when I draft them,
maybe it's
body parts just, they don't heal the way they do when I don't draft them. It probably is just me. It's probably my karma for not taking CeeDee Lamb number 1.
I used to be like that with Jamal Charles.
Yeah.
Every time I got Jamal Charles, see ya. Way back. Hey, how'd you feel about the Chiefs this week? They look pretty good as well.
They did. Obviously, you see all the speed that they got. Let us both down. We both picked the Ravens. I mean, we were like an inch away from, overtime, and who knows what happened there. But you obviously you see the speed on the Chiefs with Xavier Worthy. Rasheed Rice looks great. Don't even have Hollywood Brown yet. Kelsey didn't have his best game, so everything looks good for the Chiefs. They're gonna have this kind of speed and talent around Mahomes. I mean, we've seen what he can do with less. So for him to have this kind of talent around him offensively, because they were pretty pedestrian last year. Didn't have a lot of big plays, and we saw the big play capability from this offense. Opening night last Thursday.
Yeah, I said they were going to be experiments, and that's why I thought the Ravens would win. Unfortunately, these experiments was hitting. Everything they tried, it was a hit. Big plays. Xavier Worthy, like you said. They still got the run game with Pacheco. They look sharp. That defense, Chris Jones, I mean, he was killing the game, so they're tough. So What do you think about your boy Deshaun Watson?
Boy, he's looking bad.
Because the
I mean,
Cowboys, they that was impressive. But Deshaun Watson was
yeah,
the real story. He looked about, it might be Jameis time out there.
yeah. I'm trying to cut him some slack because his father had passed away. A former teammate passed away. That's just tough to deal with personally and mentally. But it's gotten to a point where he hasn't looked really sharp in pretty much his entire Cleveland tenure.
Yeah.
You never really looked at him and thought he looked like the guy that they were getting from Houston. So it's not looking good. So I think he was like what, like 0 with 10, 0 with 9 or something on throws, more than 15 yards down the field. So just not a great day for him. And they were missing both of their tackles on the offensive line. He was getting pressured all day. But it just did not look good. And hopefully he can turn it around quickly. At this point, I don't expect it. But he's got to play a lot better than he did week 1 if, he doesn't want the coaching staff to think about putting Jameis Winston in.
Yeah, they're gonna start thinking soon. I mean, like you said, it would be different if this was just like a now thing, but he hasn't really been good at all when he's been able to play for the Cleveland Browns. So good luck to him on the other side. Dak Prescott, right before the game almost, man. Guy signed him 4 years, 240 mil, 231 guarantee. How you feeling as a Cowboys fan, as a sports fan? Good contract, good for the Cowboys. What you got?
I'm indifferent about it. It's I guess it's a good move to, the team that we have. Um, I don't necessarily think it's good or bad. I don't know if it's going to bring us a Super Bowl, which is all that I want out of the Dallas Cowboys. But business wise, like, you had to give them that money. And the market demanded it. You're not gonna let a franchise caliber quarterback just walk out for nothing. Uh, so it is what it is.
If he
Hopefully he can
doesn't get y'all a Super Bowl, then what?
then, he's a failure just like, previous quarterback that we had for a long time. Couldn't get us to a promised land. So 260, 250, whatever the contract was, comes with a lot of expectation. Will he reach them? I don't have a lot of faith in it, but I'm hopeful.
That's all you can be. That's all you can be.
I don't necessarily think this is a Super Bowl roster, but he'll keep us in contention, for a playoff spot year in and year out. Unless you got a plan B, you got someone that you can bring in that's going to give you that kind of production. You really can't just let someone like Dak walk out the door, even though I know he gets criticized a lot for his playoff success, which rightfully so. He has, 2 wins, and, you know, no really crazy playoff moments that you can think of. No conference championship appearances, so it's all warranted. Um, I still think the team has a decent amount of holes compared to the top teams in the NFC. So I'm not expecting much this year, but I think they'll still be, from what I saw Sunday, I think they'll still be good enough to make the playoff,
Yeah.
which is something I think that's the only thing Jerry cares about at this point.
We don't know what Jerry cares about at this point. So, hey, we'll see. Nonetheless, for what it's worth, there aren't a bunch of really good quarterbacks in the NFL. There aren't a lot of just good quarterbacks in the NFL. Dak, he's at all times somewhere between really good and good. So, I'll tell you for what it's worth. You had to pay the guy. Trey Lance wasn't the answer when you brought that guy in. So, kind of saw what he was worth now in that
Yeah, we
preseason
saw what we
games.
needed to see in preseason.
Yeah. We'll see. CD got his contract. CD got his guy. It works. Whatever. Y'all locked in for what, 4 or 5 more years? So we'll see how this goes, man. But let's power rank week 1. Let's do top 5 teams after week 1. I want to see where you're at. And I think your list is gonna let
All
me
right,
down.
let's see. I got the Chiefs number 1.
Okay.
If we're gonna go in order, I'm gonna go Niners 2.
Yeah.
They looked great without Christian McCaffrey, especially against a defense that was number one in the NFL last year when everyone expected them, still expect them to be a top 5, 10 defense this year. So for them to run the ball the way that they did, Purdy looked good once he settled in, even without their best playmaker, you could say. You didn't get off to a good start either. So, I mean, for them to, pretty much win this game easily, that was impressive to see. Lions are number 3 for me. They looked pretty good on Sunday Night Football. Offensive line looked great. The run game looked great. Only passed the ball one time in overtime. They just ran the ball all the way down the field. So they look like they are going to be a team to contend with again this year. 4, I got the Eagles. I know Jalen Hurts looked a little shaky against the Packers. Couple boneheaded turnovers. But the run game of Saquon Barkley, Swift had a terrific year in Philly last year, in my opinion. But Saquon is obviously just another tier, and if he can stay healthy and give them that kind of production every year, every game, I think that bodes well for them, and I think Jalen will minimize the turnovers. And then 5, I'm gonna go Bills. I told you this is MVP year. This is MVP year for Josh, and with the talent
Oh
that he
my
has around
God.
him,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
I
Look,
knew you'd let me down. I said it.
He dominated that second half with his arm and his legs. So I know it was just the Cardinals, but who cares? I think the Bills.
Hey, the
And look,
Cardinals got something over there, man. Come on.
the list can change week to week. I did have a couple teams that I could throw in there at 5. I was thinking Ravens. Even with the loss, I was thinking Texans. But for right now, I'm gonna rock with the Bills just because you know how I feel about Josh Allen. And so yeah, it's gonna round out my top 5 for me. They could change next.
Putting a lot of stock in it.
Yeah, what's yours looking like?
I mean, we was good. 1 through
Yeah.
3, I was with you. Chiefs, Niners, Lions.
Okay.
I'm not sure the Niners game. They look really good. I'm over here trying to decide. Does that tell me more about the Niners? Does it tell me more about the Jets? How I kind of feel about the Jets after that? Okay. I think people ran that sauce a lot. Or the Niners ran that sauce a lot. I was tough on. A-Rod's a little old, but I got to give the Niners a credit. They look. Hey, Fred Warner looks like he's in mid-season shape. I wish Brandon Ayuk didn't play his best game. Probably, need the reps. I don't know what they say. So, but they'll get better. Even without McCaffrey, like you said, I think they'll be just fine. Lions, they'll get tested this week. They play the Bucks. They'll get tested this week, but when they showed they can run the ball, that home run ball with Jameson Williams, even with Amon-Ra not being that great, it worked. 4, I got the Ravens. Even with the loss.
Perfect.
Even with the loss. I mean, I think their defense was decent for me. It was okay. Like they played the Chiefs, right? Like, it was all right. It was a close game. We were within an inch of
Literally.
overtime. You know what I'm saying? Like we were within an inch. So I think they'll get Mark Andrews involved. They said that he was double covered a lot, Nell. So maybe this week he'll pop off.
Be better.
Lamar looked great. He looked great. I mean, carried that team honestly, 100 rushing yards, 100 yards on the ground, and he threw the ball pretty well. So
Offensive line was a little scary for me.
yeah, they were. That legal formation call was killing them. They was on Orlando Brown for that. I mean, in 5, I got the Eagles. I love how Saquon looked. To your point, I think Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, that connection with Jalen Hurts looked good. It looked like I expected it to. That's why I say MVP Hurts. He didn't look as great. Like he didn't look bad, but he had some moments where it was like, okay. We'll just chop that up to week 1, right? So
But I hope
they better. They got some hitters on the schedule. So, I was thinking Texans here, maybe. My Bucks made a good case. But
Did they?
They made a great case. I mean, Baker Mayfield looked lights out. He's that top 12 quarterback I told you he is. I texted Nell. I said Nell. I said he's top 12.
Let me see. We got
There you go.
Mahomes.
Nobody asked.
We got Lamar.
Whatever. Okay.
We got Josh. CJ Stroud.
That's cool.
All right, Joe Burrow.
I'll give him a pass. He looked like trash week one.
It's bad week to throw him in there, but I feel you. Who else we got?
That's it.
Aaron Rodgers, Cook.
Please.
Okay. Jordan Love.
We beat them.
Huh? What does that mean?
And Baker's shining. Baker. Yeah.
Okay. Dak.
Yeah.
Stafford.
Healthy.
Who else we got? Jared Goff.
Run out of fingers.
Goff? No? Like definitively now?
Argue.
Purdy?
Sure.
Who else we got? Give me some names. I know you got some names. I'm forgetting.
I'm done.
No, you're not.
Who want me to say?
Herbert?
Derek Carr? No. Herbert?
No.
Herbert, okay. Naturally talented.
They're gonna kill you for the.
No. Herbert's in there.
You know who's gonna be looking for you.
Herbert's good, bro. Herbert's good.
So we put Herbert in there.
Herbert.
Okay.
What's that? 10?
10. Golf was on the fence. That was arguable. So like, I feel like we can add.
You slide Baker right in at 12. He's better than Derek Carr.
Is he really better than Jordan Love?
He's better than Jordan Love. He's better than Deshaun Watson. He's better than Kirk Cousins. My goodness. Saw how that looked. Sam Darnold. Gardner Minshew. I'm about to name every team's quarterback now. This is elite. Hold on. Tua?
Gino?
Please.
Tua's a good one. I feel like Tua's in that like
Baker's over that.
11 to 15 range.
Snap throw. They had like 254 yards after the catch last
Trevor
week.
Lawrence?
No. Hasn't shown me nothing.
Definitive.
Baker Mayfield is third in touchdowns since he joined the Bucks.
Enter.
Behind Dak and the Jordan Love guy.
I give him
that I like.
I give him like,
but he's just not.
I'll give him the 12 to 15 range.
I'll give Jordan Love.
You should. I was just gonna let you do you, but like.
No, I mean I like Jordan Love. But Baker's comfortable.
I feel like if you gave Jordan Love Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, like he'd probably do some damage.
Okay.
You don't think so?
The Bucks are just. I just said they were contemplating. Sure, I contemplated.
12 to 15 range sounds good to me. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see this week.
Some days, like his ceiling is 12.
Is 7.
His floor is like 18.
Ceiling is like 7.
I don't know about 7.
You'll see this year. This is a former number 1 overall draft pick, Heisman Trophy winner. I'm just letting you know. He led the Browns to a playoff when they were the Stooky Browns, and he was hurt. We got a better offensive line in Tampa, better weapons. We're good. You will see.
All right.
We'll see.
12 to 15.
Okay. We'll see in week 2. Let's get into week 2, man. We highlighted some games that we want to look at. So first we got Thursday night. Bills Dolphins. We got the Bengals and the Chiefs. My Bucks taking on the Detroit Lions, who we just both said are top 3 in the league right now. And then we're going to throw in the Eagles versus the Falcons. See if the Falcons can maybe bounce back. But let's start with Bills Dolphins, man. How you feeling about that? I know you riding high with the Bills, so I already know where you're going. I don't even really need to ask, but formalities. How you feeling about this one?
I like the Bills.
It is in
I'll be
Miami.
honest.
It's in Miami.
I think it'll be a close one, but I do like my Bills. Like I said, Josh is on this MVP run. If he's gonna be on this MVP campaign, I'm coming with him, and I think I think he's gonna get off to a great start. Second half, I think they'll kind of pick up where they left off in the second half against the Cardinals. They were a lot more efficient. I think we'll finally get
Can they get
Dalton.
Kincaid? Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
about
think
to
they'll. I
say
think they'll. I think they'll finally get him involved. I think he'll get involved early. I think he had 2 catches week 1. I think he'll get him a couple catches early in this game. They Since Tyreek Hill joined Miami, he's yet to get 100 yards. I don't think he's got more than like 80 or 82 yards in a game against them. They seem to do a pretty good job of just limiting his yards after the catch, and that was a big reason for their comeback win against the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 1. I think they had like 240 yards after the catch against them, which is like crazy. And Tua had like 338 yards passing, 240 at least just from HN, Tyreek, and Waddle. 240 of those came after the catch. So um, just making sure you tackle them and wherever they catch the ball, make sure you tackle them, not give them any more yak. I think if they can do that, I think they give themselves a good chance.
who's this? Is Jordan Poyer still on the Bills?
I want to say
I think not. Is he?
no. I want to say no.
Hmm. No, he plays for the Dolphins. Yeah, no, you're cooked.
Ah,
I'm taking the Dolphins. Just
okay.
I say that because the Bills have lost a big chunk of that defense. Trey White's not there no more. Poyer's gone. Uh, what is that? Micah Hyde, maybe? He used to play there? I don't know. They've lost a lot of those guys in that secondary. Uh, and I just think that's going to show his hand. At the end of the day, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they're both healthy again of the season. I know Raheem Mostert's out, but A-Chain probably will likely play. I know they got some other guys behind them. Jeff Wilson. Um, oh, my God. Can't blank on his name right now. Jalen
See,
Wright.
uh,
Jalen Wright. He's a rookie that they drafted this year, so they got some more speed guys back there in that backfield. So it'll get interesting.
speed definitely killed.
Yeah. And I just think, like you said, if Kincaid can't get going this game, because not that they don't have,
All you need is Josh.
I didn't see the weapons. I didn't see the weapons come through yet. Josh has he's gonna have to run the ball to win this game. He's gonna have to throw the ball to win this game, and then James Cook's gonna have to give him some explosive runs as well. I just think the
I think
Dolphins
they
are
can
gonna
have
score
it.
too much. They'll score too much too fast,
Will
and the
they?
Bills don't
They
have enough.
scored 20
I'm
points
telling
against
you,
Jacksonville,
yeah, they're just warming up. Tyreek got arrested, man. He was off
and he
whack.
had 130 yards.
That was an off day. It's a bad day. You know how bad of a day at work you have if you got detained. You didn't even want to be there.
So
You didn't
you,
even want to
but
be there and got 130.
like I said, wake me up when he has more than 100 yards against the
And
Bills
it's a Thursday night game.
in a Miami uniform.
Josh, that beating that he took, he got to regenerate.
So
Thursday.
MVPs do. That's what MVPs do. They
Yeah,
regenerate quick.
you should write his story. If he wins, man,
If
you
he
need to
lets
write
me,
the piece on it. Write the piece.
if he lets me, I'll do it.
Okay. We'll see. All right. What about the Bengals and the Chiefs? The Bengals were
Woo.
extremely disappointing. Week 1, losing to the Patriots.
It's an understatement.
Probably at home too. No T. Higgins, but nonetheless, you could have a chance against the Chiefs.
I'm gonna say when Burrow goes against Mahomes, he always has a chance. 3-1 versus
That's
them.
crazy. That's crazy.
It is crazy, but like that's what we've seen so far. So I'm gonna give them a chance. But they got to come out and they got to play a lot better in the first half. It's just becoming a theme for this team, getting off the slow start and This isn't the NBA where you got 82 games, or even MLB where you got 162. You got to get off to quick starts. There's only 17 games, and the AFC is loaded. Their division is already tough, so they've got to get off to quicker starts. I know they've got dealing with some injuries, but they've got to find a way to be better. And losing a game like that at home to the team that we expected to pick like top 5 in the draft, that's just not going to cut it. So they could easily be looking at 0-2. Most likely they aren't going to win next week. They'll be looking at 0-2 and having to dig themselves out of a hole again. But hopefully they can play well enough to where they can gain some confidence moving forward. Understanding that if you go on the Arrowhead and you lose a close game, kind of like the Ravens, where you lose that game, you come out that game feeling pretty good about yourself because you lost to the defending Super Bowl champs and the team everyone expects to get back there again. So I think if they can just do some good things, keep it close, it'll bode well for them going forward. But Chiefs at home, it's going to be a tough environment. Even with Burrow being 3-1 versus Mahomes, winning Arrowhead isn't easy. So it's going to be, I think it'll be another tough one for them.
Yeah. Chiefs by maybe 10 to anywhere between 10 to 20. I'm thinking. What a start for the Chiefs, right? I mean, Pat Mahomes, you get Lamar, then you get Joe Burrow. Nothing bigger than that, right? So, maybe the Bengals will show us something this week and, keep entering. Like you said, Joe Burrow 3-1 against them. Maybe it'll just be, last week they just was, a little off. Jamar Chase didn't practice much. T. Higgins didn't play, like I said. They don't have Joe Mixon anymore. The offense kind of find themselves. Maybe they'll have a shot. But yeah, I like the Chiefs to make this one pretty good.
Yeah.
And what about my Bucks, man? This week, we're taking on the Lions in Detroit. A showdown of two teams. Last year, they beat us twice, including in our playoff loss to them. Both games the last game was pretty close. The first one was close until it wasn't. But they've got our number so far. How you feeling about it? I know how I feel, but I don't know how you feel about my Bucks going on to take the Lions this week.
Yeah, I think if they can get that what you said his floor was 7th. If they can get, ceiling. If they can get that ceiling, Baker that you talked about, they give themselves a chance. Mike Evans looked great. Godwin looks good.
He's back. I told y'all.
So, but the Lions secondary did look pretty good against the Rams. I think their defense has improved. Offensive line is great. So I'm taking the Lions. I'm sorry. I am going to take the Lions to win this one. I think they're just a better team. I think playing the Commanders had a little bit to do with how good the Bucks look. Not to say that they aren't a solid team. I think they are, but I think it's levels to it, and I think they'll find that out this Sunday.
That's understandable. I hope not. Obviously, I expect us to rise to the challenge. We are banged up. Antoine Winfield is probably going to be out. Zion McCollum's got a concussion. I think he might be okay. But our third corner, he broke his leg, so he's gone. Our fourth corner, he's gone.
Damn.
Good thing is we drafted Tyke Smith, so he plays the slot corner for us, and Christian Izien, he'll go back there to take free safety. So I think we'll be okay. If we can get some pass rush, we have a shot. And I'm never gonna say my team's gonna lose. I think our offense is much improved. I think that was on display against the Commanders. So
I agree.
Bucky Irvin in the backfield to complement Rachaad White. Like we said, this is the revitalization of Chris Godwin. He's in a contract year. He's gonna make some money this year. So, and Baker, he's comfortable. He said, this is the first time in a while he's having fun. And so he's having fun in Tampa. He loves Tampa. His wife is, she's all in. She said, we staying. So, shoot, we're gonna see college Baker out there. That's all I'm saying. I like us. I like us to pull it off. And we're gonna show the world. Remember, this is the team that we both said is number 3 in the power. Third time's a charm, they say. Ty losing them 3 times. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I said that when the Cowboys faced the 49ers, but
You did.
third time they ain't always the charm.
We're gonna see. We
It's
win.
usually the last strike.
Hey, we win. I'm on here with the road, chest out.
Yeah, okay. I hope
Henny
that
in
don't
hand.
happen. So go Lions.
And a nice glass of Hennessy.
The hen dog too. Oh man. Yeah, Detroit, please stand up.
That's hilarious.
We don't
All right,
need
what about
that.
the shit like
We got kids watching, man.
legend in the moment? It's a legend. It's a legendary moment. You'll see. You'll see. We win this game, y'all gonna hate me. Every single one of y'all.
I think they hate you right now.
No, you don't. You don't. Eagles Falcons, man. Eagles coming off of a win against the Packers, like we said in Brazil. The Falcons, not so much. Lost to Walt Steelers in Atlanta, actually, against Justin Fields. Not Russell Wilson. Justin Fields started that game. Kirk Cousins. Right.
Didn't look great.
Nope. So what we think?
I like the Eagles in this one. Like I said, I think
It's Monday night game?
I believe so. I think if Saquon's running the ball the way he is, it's going to be their first home game. Going to be turned up at the length for sure. I think the Eagles defensively, while they gave up, more big plays against the Packers than you would have liked to see, I think there was a lot of room for growth and a lot of encouraging things we saw there. They were pretty good on third down. I think the Packers were 3 for 11 on third downs. So getting off the field when they got the opportunity to, I think we saw improved play from their secondary. Wasn't, like I said, they still gave up a decent amount of yardage, but I think the corners in the secondary specifically, they contested more catches than I think I saw last year. So just the fight from the secondary makes them a lot better. You got this guy, Zach Bond, who came out of nowhere and had a fantastic game. So, if they can just get contributions like that defensively, they can get off the field third down. I don't think, especially the way Kirk looked week 1, I don't think they have to worry about as many explosive plays as they did against the Packers and Jordan Love and that crew. So I don't think Kirk didn't look 100% at all to me. You didn't see him under center one time, no play action passing. So I don't think he's all the way there yet, but
the Penix pick was a success, I guess.
Yeah,
That's been a good call.
Guess if that was the case, then they could have saved themselves 180 million. But I digress. So I think the Falcons, the team that got a lot of hype and talk about this summer about what that offense would look like, not off to a great start, and I think they're going to start 0-2.
And you picked them to win this out.
I did, but the Bucs will be 1-1 after next week, so there still only be a game back.
You're a hater.
Kirk Cousins will be healthy by the time those Bucs matchups come up on the schedule.
That's not how that works. That's not how it
Okay.
works. Unfortunately, we play them 3 times in 2 weeks. 2 times in 3 weeks. Can't do that. So
don't go 0-2.
Now we're gonna wrap the division up around week 10.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, well, we're gonna pack that up. What about that Bears game? Take on the Texans.
Even bringing that up is kind of crazy.
Hey, look, he's 1-0.
Shout out to the Bears defense for getting Caleb his win and getting the first, first rookie to win his week 1 start since 2002. So shout out to them. But going against the Texans, 93 yards ain't gonna cut it. I don't think C.J. Stroud will be gifting them any touchdowns the way Will Levis did. So Texans by a decent amount.
I had to throw it in there, man. Little curve.
Yeah. That being the Sunday night game's kind of crazy, but I mean, I guess
It's gross. And I don't think Keenan Allen's gonna play. I
because
don't think
Caleb.
Roman
Oh my
Jones is gonna
God, that's
play.
not good for my fantasy team.
How you doing, the fans?
I went 3-1 on the week, so I mean, so far so good. Except for the 49ers lying about McCaffrey's injury. That didn't help me,
Nice.
but we're good. Yeah, in one league, someone actually drafted him, and now they're trying to leverage him against me, and it's like just out of spite. Like I don't even want to like trade for him because are you drafting his backup anyway?
Hey, that's genius.
It
That's
is, but
genius.
like
That's why.
fantasy
Sorry.
woes already.
It's all right. It'll be a fun year. It'll be a fun year. But it's time for the pick 'em now. We both
Oh
1-0.
yeah, I
You
already
know what I'm
got my
saying?
squad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
2-0, 2-0 to
The
start.
Bills were on the cusp of losing against the Cardinals. So
Never a
I
doubt
think
though.
you're already a little shaky. You're already a little shaky.
Never.
I picked the Seahawks. They took care of the Broncos.
This ain't a
Got it done.
spread. Pick 'em.
Doesn't matter.
They just
I
gotta
mean,
win it.
guess you're right. Hey, who you got this week?
I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Oh,
Got to get a bounce back win. Tough loss on the road. They come back home now to face the Raiders and Gardner Minshew. So I think the defense will turn it up a notch. And Lamar and company think Derrick Henry will have a much better outing than he did week 1. And yeah, Ravens will get in the win column this week.
wow. Okay. I see. Making it hard. I told y'all he always picks the easy games.
Stop.
It's just what he does. It's what he does. So I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Chargers over the
Against
Carolina
who?
Panthers.
Oh man,
Hey,
arguably the worst team in football. But
you
damn,
go low, you go low. I
I'm
go
going
lower.
easy.
I go lower. The Panthers made the Saints look like a formidable opponent in the NFC South. Really in the NFC, I think they scored 41 points. I saw a Derek Carr bomb.
47.
I was 47. I saw Derek Carr throwing bombs. I'm like, man, this is not how the Saints supposed to look. This is crazy. The Panthers are terrible.
You're gonna be mad when the Saints look like that against the Bucks.
I'm not worried about that. Not worried about that. We're not the Panthers. So, I miss my boy Jim Harbaugh. My Michigan Wolverines are also lost without him.
Lost ain't the word.
All right, not today. Not today. We're not. So I'm going to the Chargers over the Panthers. If I got to keep up right now. I let you win last year because I didn't match the energy that you brought. So I'm going 2-0 as well. I'm gonna take the Chargers over the Panthers. Last thing, man. Last week I asked you about your confidence level in your Cowboys.
Did you?
On the season? I did.
Yeah.
I did the same thing for the Bucks. All right. We're gonna go throughout the year. I'm just doing a pulse check after week 1. I might not do it after week 2. I'm just doing
Confidence
random
on
pulse
what
check.
though? Confident in what?
Is he making the playoffs?
I mean, yeah.
No. Your team to be a contender.
Well, then that changes my confidence meter rating a little bit.
Yeah, let's go with that.
On them being a contender?
Maybe not. Maybe not. Let me change this. Let's do confidence level for the next. Coming off of last week, going into this week, how confident are you in the win?
I'm an 8.
Say it's easy.
I don't want to say easy because then if they like lose, I'm gonna be real upset. I have a bad track record of like saying that these games are gonna be easy and it's gonna be a bye week, and then that team loses and then it just comes back and it's not good. Not good. Get a lot of messages in my phone about that. So I don't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
But I am confident because I like the way the defense looked. Offense was okay. There's room for improvement there. CD kind of just getting back. He looked all right in the first half. Didn't have to do much in the second half. I was kind of surprised at how solid Zeke looked. I was pretty much just expecting like 1 or 2 yards every carry.
He looks slim.
So
He
to
looks
not
slim.
see that was nice to see. So yeah, give me about an 8 going into week 2.
You know, I was an 8 going into week 1, coming off of a win. You know, we playing the Lions.
Stand on it.
My
Stand on
head,
it.
my head wants to say I'm a 6.5 confident.
6.5. Come on, yo. Can I
But
get Keys? I don't know who
but
you are. Can I get Keys on there?
but
Keys.
But that's why I said my head. With my heart, I'm a man that follows his heart. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do.
Okay.
I live off feeling. If it feels good, you know, it feels right, it's right. I'm gonna stay at my 8. I'm an 8. I'm an 8 confident. I'm not shaken by what I saw last week. You know, I was if anything, I was encouraged. You know, I was encouraged. Our offense looked really good. I think we punted one time
We'll take that.
last week. Well, you know, you'll take that any day of the week. Our offense, and that was with our offense starting a little slow just to get going. You know, we kicked some field goals early, whatever, and then boom, Mike got going, then boom, Mike again. You know, Detroit obviously forms a different. It's a way, way, way different challenge. Like you said, it's levels. This is a team. 1, we have not beaten them. 2, this is a team that is a actual, you know, legitimate Super Bowl contender. We can win the NFC South. We're a Super Bowl contender. Yeah, we saw last year we were not. But I'm rolling with my guys, so I'm gonna say an 8. You know, I'm encouraged, so I'm riding home. Simple as that.
I'm glad.
I wouldn't do it no other way. I'm telling you.
Okay.
The road, Henny, chest out.
We hope not to see it.
I had to put a you had to put a rated you had to put a mature tag on it or something on the video. Get demonetized.
Yeah. Hide the kids this week.
But hey man, that's gonna do it for us today, man. We had to talk about the NFL week 1. Week 2 is gonna be exciting. The NFL season is really, really back, man. We got good games on Thursday, followed by Sunday games, followed by a Monday night game. And we'll be right back here to talk about it again with y'all. So keep showing love as always on all the socials, you know, Instagram, TikTok. You know, keep on showing up to the YouTube channel. If you follow us with the Apple Podcast, Spreaker, Spotify, wherever you consume your 2 for 2, we appreciate you for always showing love. That's why we continue to do this. With that, that's season 3, episode 56. Keith, Snell, 2 for 2. We out.